What I'm about to say sounds a little crazy, but your biggest opponent isn't actually your biggest opponent. Your greatest enemy isn't actually your greatest enemy, and your biggest obstacle isn't really your biggest obstacle. It's the fear of those things. Fear of your opponent is your greatest opponent. Fear of your enemy is your greatest enemy. Fear of your obstacle is your greatest obstacle. Now, why? You're like, no, man, my opponent is my opponent. That's the problem. That thing, that person, that problem is the problem. And yet, fear of that actually cripples us. It hinders us. And there's even fascinating science behind this, that when we're afraid of that problem or challenge or obstacle or person, it changes our biochemistry. It changes our state, our position, our stature, our posture, our thinking. Because fear activates part of the brain that makes the other creative part kind of shut down. So it closes down the powerful part, the creative part, the thinking part, the decision-making part, and it gets reactive. Fear will actually, in a very literal way, put you in a state that makes it less likely for you to succeed or triumph or win or get through or over around the problem or the obstacle. Isn't that fascinating? There's an awesome story of Agassi, who was one of the best tennis players in the world. And he was winning and just smashing everybody, best in the world. And then he got a losing streak, and he was losing. He hired a coach. And the coach watched the videos of when he walked onto the court for when he won the whole tournament. And then another time when he walked on the court and he lost the entire tournament. And he showed those two clips, and he says, hey, what were you thinking at this moment when you walked on the court and you lost? He said, I remember the moment. I walked on and I was afraid of my opponent. I said, I don't know if I can beat this guy. Right? See that? Fear of the opponent. I'm not sure I can win. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. And so it positions you mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, right? You spiritually even. It positions you to lose, to fail, so to speak. I know this sounds crazy, but there's science to back it up, and it makes sense. Right? When you're afraid of it, you're not thinking clearly. You're not on your best. You're not on your A game. You're not walking in like, I got this. So they showed him the other clip when he went in and just destroyed everybody. And they said, what about this moment right here? When you're walking on, at this moment, what were you thinking? He's like, oh, I remember that moment. He said, I walked out there and I was thinking to myself, why did this guy even bother to show up? Whoa, right? It's that kind of certainty, that kind of confidence that positions you, gives you probability of succeeding, of winning, of triumph. And so in a very literal and a very real way, the opponent isn't your opponent. The challenge isn't your challenge. It's what you're thinking about the challenge. Now, obviously, you just can't think your way to success. You have to train for success. You have to prepare. But if you have trained and you have prepared and you develop the competence that leads to confidence and confidence, so competence that leads to confidence and then to the state of absolute certainty, you dramatically increase the likelihood of winning. And so the real battle is right here. And if we can win this battle, if we can learn to control and direct our thoughts, we win in life. For the clients I work with, I get to work with great men all over the world in every kind of industry who've achieved tremendous successes. But across the board, the biggest limiting factor for everyone I've worked with is their own limiting belief about themselves. Let that sink in. that your greatest limiting factor, your greatest obstacle is your own limiting belief about yourself. It's your own fears, your own doubts. And those become your greatest opponent. Conquer this, conquer the fear, the doubt, the insecurity, and you set yourself up to win.